Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we're going to fight the Olong Siege Robot. So let's get started. We've been reading a lot on the forums about players going back to try to do bounties and not being able to, or going back to play older missions and not being able to. Once in a while I'm going to try to test out various missions to see if there's any truth to that or not, or to see how difficult it actually is. And also I'm planning to create one or two other characters to replay the game from the very start. Although the way the game is set up right now makes it very difficult to play multiple characters, and I have a lot of characters, so I'm gonna have to make some hard choices. I already have been pretty much I did a bit of house cleaning in my characters. There's at least a handful of characters that I got rid because I'm basically I'm planning to create at least a couple new characters to test out the new content or the changes to the content. And already I had way too many characters, so I'm trying to weed out some of my lesser used characters, or some of the characters that I already have. Like basically, I had a Superman character that I had that was using Quantum, but I switched this character to Quantum, so I thought I had one too many Quantum characters, so I sadly got rid of my Superman Quantum character. I have way too many gadget characters. One of the problems with this universe online is that whenever you try to recreate a character, pretty much the default mode for a lot of characters is the gadget powers. So basically, if you want to recreate, let's say, Batman, well, you go with gadget and acrobatics and martial arts. If you want to recreate, let's say, the Phantom, again, you go with gadget, acrobatics, and two dual pistols in that case. You want to recreate the Taskmaster, gadget, acrobatic, and any weapons you can. You want to recreate Iron Man, again, gadget, flying, and blasters. So a lot of characters, Captain America, gadget, shield, and acrobatics. So whenever you want to recreate characters, it's very easy to fall into the trap of using gadgets, because any non-powered characters, by default, you would give them the gadget powers. You wouldn't give electric powers to the Batman, assuming you want to actually recreate an accurate version of the character. As for fighting the Olong Siege Robot solo, it's not as easy as it seems. It may seem easy with my Quantum character, but I tried earlier this week with my Flash character, and I got pretty much destroyed. The first time I had forgotten to reassign my skill points, got one shot as soon as the fight started. And but even with skill points, my Flash character was no match for the Olong Siege Robot. So I wouldn't suggest fighting the Olong Siege Robot at combat rating 130. I'm going to try with various characters, but also the powers also might make a bit of a difference. I remember eons ago when I started doing the Central City Bounty solos, I had tried with my Phantom character who was using Gadget, and I think I had to be combat rating 90 before I was even able to be a match with some of the Central City bounties with my Phantom character. As opposed to my Magneto character, as soon as Magneto was combat rating 70, I could solo the bounty, most of the bounties fairly easily. The one exception to that was Abracadabra. So the power you use makes a huge difference sometimes. So basically, the various shields that I'm using with Quantum, and being able to teleport and all that good stuff, it does make a big difference. As opposed to my Flash character, pretty much has to fight in melee, and in melee, I'm no match with I'm no match for the Olong Siege Robot. So I'm probably going to try some of the bounties with various characters. So far, I haven't had problems with bounties using this character. For those who don't know, this used to be my Magneto, uh, but I decided to switch it to the multiverse and to switch it to quantum powers. I love the visual effects of the quantum powers, so I thought it was a good opportunity to switch powers, and also I have other characters who use mental powers, so it's not as if I no longer have mental characters. And also, when you play DC Universe Online, as time goes by, you gather a lot and a lot and a lot of styles. And sadly, using my Magneto character, it was pretty much limiting the styles that I could use. Like with my multiverse, if I want to give a Jay Garrick Flash look to my character, I can do that. If I want to give it a Batman look, I can do that. Sure, I could have done it with my Magneto character, but you would have ended up with a Magneto that looked like Jay Garrick somehow. So instead I decided to change the character to a version where I could actually recreate any looks, use any looks I wanted. I toyed with the idea of making it a Martian Manhunter character, but at some point because I wanted a character that could basically change its appearance. And being the Martian Manhunter would have made sense that I could transform into anyone. But then it occurred to me that I already had a perfect name for that, for being able to switch looks and to become basically any character I wanted, the multiverse. I tried just multiverse and somehow it was already taken, but I was able to, through some shenanigans, get the multiverse. So, and I even renamed one of my villain characters to Dark Multiverse. So it will allow me to pretty much use any styles that I want with those characters without feeling like I'm doing something wrong. Like, yes, I could have a Magneto character that looked like the Batman, but it would have been off somehow. So as you see, we're doing fairly well with the Olong siege robot, although it is a long fight compared to what it used to be. And I almost pity people who have to do this fight at level and who have to find a group. Finding a group for when the Olong siege robots, what we call the O-bots and the M-bots, some will call them the S-bots. When those were first released, it was fairly easy to find a group to do those, since everyone needed to do those bounties. Nowadays, finding a group, not so easy. So I pity low-level players who still need to fight those robots. And they're gonna have a hard time. Even with a group, I predict they're gonna have a hard time. And finding a group is a bit of a nightmare sometimes. So let's, well, just for the heck of it, let's see. Let's collect our reward. We fought hard for this reward, so let's see what we got. Some victory tokens. And a piece of gear that obviously is no good for me. Not even for a style. That's so sad. So let's consume those victory tokens. There we go. So in case you're interested, basically most of the gear I have is gear 170. Like, you could see my stats quickly, but you can see my stats more or less. There's people who probably are wondering what stats I had to be able to defeat the almighty Olong siege robot. So you can see all my stats. You can see the gear that I was using. It's pretty much 171, 172. I think I may have a 173 gear. So it's between 170 and 173 is pretty much all the gear I have. And in terms of mod, as you can see, I have a lot of beta mods. The reasons for that is that the crafting, there's so much crafting to do nowadays in this universe online. Crafting mods, not really a priority right now. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.